Oh, sorry about that. Didn't see you there. What's going on, trainers and collectors? It's your favorite plumber here today. And boy, do I have a doozy for you. But first and foremost, giveaway time. Congratulations to Snack Bread. Snack Bread, just message me on Instagram or shoot me an email and screenshot, your YouTube, and congratulations. We're all caught up in our giveaways. We shipped out the other giveaways. Um, and yeah, you won a Vaporeon EX PSA 10. And for the next giveaway, let's zoom in on that bad boy. You get a PSA 10 EV promo from, I was going to say Terrestrial Festival, geez, Prismatic Evolutions. So all you have to do is like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell notification, and enter your chance to win a PSA 10 EV promo. If it's free, it's for me. And then, to start off the episode, Plumber's Pick of the Week. And this is actually going to be part of the subject, but Astral Radiance, if you don't have any Astral, I suggest you pick up one of these while they're still sub $300. But Astral Radiance, Stellar Set, Garchomp, Starmie, of course your Alt Arts, Dialga, Palkia, Machamp, Beedrill, that's a sleeper pick, that Beedrill, but stack set added to your collection. And before we get into, the Black Bolt, the White Flare, the Hot Topic, I'm gonna start somewhere else, and I bet you guys can all guess where I'm going to start. But I have so much more to say. I've been screaming Sword and Shield on the top of my lungs forever. And it's like, when you have that gut feeling, just go off your intuition. I remember a while back, Fates Collide always sat at, $80, then it went to $100, and I always had just a couple boxes. And then in 2022, I remember I started buying a lot of them because it was so old at that time. It was around when Brilliant Stars came out. So let's just say Brilliant Stars, you had like 20 some odd sets prior to Brilliant Stars was Fates Collide. And Fates Collide, I kid you not, in 2022, look at the price of a Fates Collide now. I pulled it up on my eBay so you guys can see. This is what I was paying for Fates Collide in 2022. And that's not even that long ago. $297. And it was just, oh, there we go. It was just a no-brainer because you just get that feeling that a set is underpriced. And right now, I've been talking to a lot of collectors in this hobby, and they're big collectors. And when I talk about Astral Radiance, I asked them, I said, how much Astral do you have in your collection? And I asked multiple people that. And it's the same answer every time. It's not that much. And I'm looking at this and like, man, I don't have that much Astral. This guy doesn't have that much Astral. This guy doesn't have that much Astral. You want to know why? Because Astral wasn't printed to oblivion. They didn't have multiple print runs of Astral. So right now I'm sitting here and I'm looking at your Astral Radiance and I'm saying it makes too much sense. Not many people have it. It wasn't printed to oblivion and it's not widely available. So Astral Radiance, I'm shilling it. No, I don't have any to sell, but I am absolutely shilling Astral Radiance because it's just so undervalued. And yes, I'm buying. If you have Astral Radiance, message me. I will buy whatever you have. But now, to continue that feeling of underpriced items, this is what I think is going to happen. Sword and Shield, Chilling Reign, hovering $300, a little over $300. Brilliant Stars, a little bit over around $300. Silver Tempest, $300. Lost Origin, finally breaking into the $4s. These are the products that make sense to buy right now. It's just like I'm looking at how crazy Scarlet and Violet is, especially the new stuff. Everyone's focused on the new stuff. Everyone's focused on the new stuff. Meanwhile, all these Sun and Moon boxes are hitting $1,000 plus. These XY boxes hitting $1,000 plus, some $2,000. So now I'm like, where is the best place to put my money? And yeah, there's some really solid sets in Scarlet and Violet that I don't know what's going to happen. For example, Temporal Forces. That's another set that it correlates with Astral Radiance. Not many people have much Temporal Forces. Okay, so if my sleeper pick is Temporal Forces, because if we don't get a reprint of Temporal, that set, not many people have too much of it. That would be the next to burst. Okay, if I'm focusing on anything in Scarlet and Violet era, yes, Paldea's catching fire, but Temporal Forces has that aspect of not many people have it, and that's with a modern set. But right now, I'm looking at your Brilliant Stars. I'm saying $300 a box. That's not severely overpriced. Like, I remember a time when Brilliant Stars was hitting $200 before that last reprint, and everyone was buying it then. So we're $75 more than that, and it's still here. It's always too late. Everyone looks at it when it's too late. So your Brilliant Stars, your Silver Tempest, your Astral Radiance, your Lost Origin are screaming buys right now. Fusion Strike. Fusion Strike is starting to, the upward trajectory. And this is what I'm thinking right now. Right now, we're in, we have Logan Paul's back. We saw him breaking with Aiden Ross. I know people don't like it, but we have to pay attention to these things. You have the streamers, the FaZe Clan. Not too familiar, but I see them ripping nonstop Prismatic, all this stuff. So now you have Pokemon becoming, mainstream with these huge streamers again. So to me, I was waiting for the summer to see what happens during the summer. And that's what's going to tell us a lot. So let's say this summer does dry, then doesn't boom. Then I will see, shit. All right. Okay. So let's say this summer, everything doesn't tank and settle down a little bit, and we're just going crazy, right? Doesn't skip a beat, nothing changes with all these new eyes on the hobby. Then I'm going to say this, instead of, waiting till after the summer when Sword and Shield is going to go up, then I'm predicting Sword and Shield is going to just go on a heavy incline throughout the entire summer. We're not going to see a dip, which I was hoping was going to happen because I was going to buy as much as I physically could afford. But right now, I was anticipating, people spending money on, the Magic set, people spending money on, Destined Rivals, trying to get as much as they can so they can sell it. But why isn't the money running out? I'm so curious as to why the money isn't running out right now. Usually when people need money, that's when they sell things fast, they try to recoup, and you see a dip in prices. But I don't see any sign of that. Guys, girls, we have the SPCs coming out, I believe it's next week. We have Destined Rivals coming out in a couple weeks, and nothing's dipping a little bit. Now prices are just going up on Fusion. Evolving Skies, that's a whole nother avenue. I'll get to Evolving Skies in a second. But I'm not seeing any sign of dipping. I'm telling you, the first sign of dipping, I am going all in. But what if too many people have that mentality? What if it's just so easy to sell right now? These places don't need the money to recoup. These places are doing pre-orders prior to the release, so they don't need more money, so they don't have to, fire sell this, fire sell that. And that's a scary thing to happen, right? That means how much more of an incline can we have? I mean, these vintage boxes sell for more and more and more every day. And I'm over here, I'm like, where is this dip going to happen? When? And the summer's going to tell us so much. So much. But Evolving Skies is, like, you look at Team Up, and that's the only way you can compare it. Because yes, people are going to say Team Up was way less printed than Evolving Skies, but the thing is, you didn't have the demand when Evolving Skies came out. When Team Up came out. You had that demand with Evolving Skies, and they ate it up. So then Team Up went to, $1,000. And I was like, oh my God, Team Up went from, 300 to 400 to 500 to 1,000. And then next thing it went to 1,200. I'm like, all right, it can't go more than 1,200. And then bam, it went from 1,200 to 2 grand, just like that. And it never turned back. So now Evolving Skies is hitting that 1,400, 1,500 mark. Is the next thing 2K? And that's honestly what I'm thinking. Evolving Skies, it's part of the Sword and Shield. Would I say it's underpriced? Yeah, I think it's one of the best sets in the past, 15 years. And that's the truth. Like, Evolving Skies is a goated set. So I'm just curious to see what this summer holds. But right now, I'm focusing on my Sword and Shield, Chilling Reign, even Battle Styles. Yes, I said Battle Styles. So your Chilling Reign, your Battle Styles, your Fusion Strike, Brilliant Stars, like all those sets. I think Sword and Shield is such a great era. Now, let's go into Destined Rivals, okay? Actually, hold on. I just want to check this because I knew I had something else to say before we go on to the next one. Let me see. Oh, okay, perfect. I knew it. So I remember when Pokemon Go came out, I dabbled a little bit. I didn't know a lot of people. It was just a little dabble. I'm not going to say I was collecting then. It was just like I went on Craigslist. I bought some base set cards, fossil cards, stuff like that. Nothing crazy. But I remember during the Sun and Moon era, a couple people were like, oh, Sun and Moon's just so overprinted that there's no point in buying it. It's going to be here forever, okay? Sun and Moon passes, Sword and Shield comes. Oh my God, it is so overprinted. It's not going to grow. It's not going to do anything. Just don't even buy it. Look at Sword and Shield era. Scarlet and Violet era comes out. It is printed even more than Sword and Shield. This stuff isn't going to do anything. It's going to stay at $80 to $100 a box. Do you see the pattern here? It doesn't matter how much it's being printed because every time it dries up, and if anything, it's drying up way faster now than it did with Sword and Shield. It's drying up way faster now than it did with Sun and Moon. Like, we are seeing so many new things take place in this hobby. Take everything that you knew from the Sword and Shield era. Take everything you knew from the Sun and Moon era and on. This is a whole different ballgame. Heck, it's a different sport we're playing now. Nobody knows what's going to happen. The reprints, they're not happening, but it's like, where are they? Where are they? That's just where I'm at in my head right now. Now, we have this new set, White Flare and Black Bolt. Yes, I'm excited, but it's very weird what they're doing. So that means they're going to come out with 2 sets at the same time. So now what does this mean for stores, people who have allocation? So let's say they get 10 cases for every set, okay? Are they going to say, hey, you get 5 cases of Black Bolt and 5 cases of White Flare? Or is it going to be, hey, you're going to get 10 cases of White Flare and 10 cases of Black Bolt? Like, what happens there? And it's a specialty set. So that means we're going to be getting way less than you did with Destined Rivals Journey Together. So it's already, this is the worst time for Pokemon to be trying this unless they're going to be printing it to oblivion. But now, where my head goes is, what if Pokemon planned this all? What if they knew the new MSRP, they wanted to get it to the $160-something a box, and this was all planned out? Because the thing is, where is this product? Are they holding back product? Are they creating the artificial scarcity to raise the prices? Do they love seeing how, like, everything's crazy? Because I'll tell you one thing. Every era had a crash, right? XY era had a crash. Sun and Moon era had a crash. Sword and Shield. I mean, in the beginning of Scarlet and Violet, it was crashing. But did they just calculate this, like, perfectly? So now, for ZA coming out, is this going to be the first era that we don't see a crash? I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but it's absolutely crazy. And I'm sitting here and I'm not FOMOing, and I know I sound crazy that I'm not going to be going crazy with Destined Rivals and buying too much because I'm focusing on Sword and Shield. And the thing is, I already have a good amount of Sword and Shield. But that's just where, like, my gut's telling me to go. Like, that's the best feeling I have is Sword and Shield. It doesn't feel good to, go and buy Destined Rivals. Because, like, what if Pokemon does what they've done in the past, because they have the track record to do it, and then they end up printing too much and something changes? I don't know. Because I don't believe that Pokemon, I don't want to believe, okay? I don't want to believe that Pokemon wants to make product, you know, double MSRP, or make it hard for these kids to get, or for these collectors or the players to get. I don't want to believe that, but I also don't know what else to believe at this point. And it's a tough situation. Like, Destin's coming out. I said I only have one case pre-order right now, and that's the truth. I don't know what's going to happen with White Flare and Black Bolt. Of course I want it, but it's like, what's going to happen? Is there going to be a lot of it? Is there going to be none of it? And now, this is my prediction, okay? They're talking about these fat packs, these 35 card packs. Kind of sounds like Magic, right? Magic has these things called a collector's booster box. And you can pull the best cards in the collector's booster boxes. Collector's booster boxes that you can't pull out of play booster boxes. So now, what if Pokemon, because in the 35 pack blister or pack, you pull one guaranteed SAR, right? This is for the Japanese. So now, what if Pokemon creates a booster box, right? You have a standard booster box like this, but then you have a specialty booster box that has 12 packs in it, but all 12 packs have great hits in it. Imagine that. Imagine what people wouldn't care about this as much anymore. It would be on to the next new thing, the collector's boosters. And then you'll see even more madness, and then people are going to want the collector's booster boxes. These are going to be a second thought. Like, I don't know where Pokemon's going, but like when I see a pack that has 35 cards in it, kind of throws me off a little bit. And it just reminds me too much of Magic. So is there a chance that Pokemon can have collection boxes? Man, I really hope you guys are here with me right now, because this is huge news. If you're here for this, let me know what you think about Pokemon collectors boosters, and put plungers in the chat. Let me know you're here, because this is the stuff that I love to share with everybody. I know it takes a little bit to get here, but I'm telling you, the longer you stay, the more it's worth it. I don't know. Another funny thing is I did a PSA video, and I recorded the entire thing, but I didn't. So I didn't want to make another video of me, you know, pulling out the PSA, like the slabs and knowing the grades. It wouldn't be the same. It's not authentic. So looks like that video goes in the dirt. But these were my 9s. And then I have like 4 other ones that I put my PSA. So the 9s outweighed the 10s for sure. It wouldn't have been that good of a video anyways. But I can't believe I did that. Absolutely wild. Man, Pokemon it's fun right now. It's getting a little crazy and it scares me. Like, this reminds me like too much of COVID when you had all the streamers doing it. But now you have it's like COVID on steroids. And it's like the scariest thing ever. I don't know what happens next. I've been saying this for the past 6 months. Like, nothing can keep going up, and it just, time and time again, it just proves me I'm wrong. Like, Celestial Storm at $2,500 a box. That makes no sense to me. Lost Thunder, it was like the same amount printed as Lost Thunder. You have the Lugia. Like, you have cards that are worth more in here than the Celestial Storm. See, I don't even know what to say. It's throwing me so off right now. I don't know. All we can do is ride the wave, and hopefully things will get fixed. Hopefully things will settle down a little bit, because at the end of the day, we want to enjoy this. We don't want to have to FOMO every which way. And that's why it's like, I'm not FOMOing, and I'm just relaxing, and I'm enjoying buying Sword and Shield at an affordable rate. Just trust me. When the gut feeling is there, you do it. Okay? Pokemon pronunciation of the day. Your favorite segment. And people were upset that I didn't have it in the last video. But don't worry. It's right here. And I marked it. I do believe in bookmarks. Okay. Let's see if, there we go. Ready? Crack-o-rack. Crack-o-rack. Crack-a-rack. It's not crack-a-rock. It's rack. Isn't that crazy? Crack-a-rack. Crack-go-rack. Protected by thin membranes, their eyes can see even in the dead of night. They live in groups of few individuals. Crack-o-rack. rack. Like, comment, subscribe. Enter your chance to win the EV PSA 10. You guys are absolutely in the absolute best. I'm having so much fun. Let's keep riding out, baby.